Welcome everyone to the Watchlist, your virtual weekly TV guide right here on the Latin Nerds Network. Ready to go over all the shows, films, documentaries released on streaming over the past week. Give you our best recommendations or non-recommendations as the case may be. And of course, as always, letting you know what's coming out over the next couple weeks so you too can create your very own watch list. Joining us as always, live from Houston, is Senor Jaime, aka Chewy. Got his Commanders hat going. I was gonna should have flipped mine over. But I'll wait till playoffs time to do that.
Jeez.
If I lose to the Cowboys, because this is what we do. It's typical.
Wearing my Commander's
Yeah.
hat and sporting the back-to-back La Liga champion. Unofficially.
Exactly. So I don't know what we're saying. I think at this point it's unofficial.
But I have a big lead, to say the
The
least.
only one who won a championship here is this guy in this seat right here. Everyone else is just
Yeah, but
waiting, maybe, perhaps.
I don't even know what the losers lounge looks like. I
This
haven't been there such a long
guy
time.
is an actual champion of this
It's
current
this
year. In
all-time
his
Hall of Fame greatness
fantasy
that I
football
am.
year has been
No
me.
CMC, no problem.
Who?
Exactly.
You're the idiot that drafted
he's
him.
he's dead to me.
You're the dumbass that drafted him. That's all I can tell you.
And I'm
But
still winning.
that said,
I'm still winning.
that said, you know, yeah. So let's get into it. If you're new to the channel, here is Sunday. There's nothing to watch. You watch us to let you know what it is to watch, because there's always something to watch. I don't care what anybody says, except for this upcoming show, because we start the year with some condolences out there. In memoriam, the first of 2025
Already, it has begun.
already has begun already, and that's going to be, of course, the death of the franchise. Came out last year and not getting a second season, of course, on Max, a very highly touted comedy show.
Yeah, man.
I'm not sure it was worth all the attention. It was okay. I like the premise, they're trying to, kind of a very inside baseball with the making of a franchise, superhero film, which having all kinds of issues. Yeah, obviously no one cared for it because we're no longer getting it.
Well, no one
So
beyond the critics, I guess. I mean,
yeah,
it
I
had
guess
the
so. So
high rating. It was. I thought. I really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. It
I,
wasn't a
I
bad show, but I wasn't like I could take it or leave it ultimately, and
well, I mean,
they
I
left
guess. Yeah.
it. They left it, so whatever. It is what it is. So that's coming up. Just a few days in, we're already getting the axe already in some of these shows. So interesting there. But we'll focus on the shows which are still ongoing.
For now.
Just released for now, I guess. Well, maybe it's a memoriam in their future. We'll find out. But not for this first one, because there's a limited series that is one on Netflix, Missing You, based of another Harlan Coben uh, novel, which I think Netflix has done a lot of those kind of shows. Is your classic kind of thriller, yeah, kind of a mystery thriller. You have a detective overseas, and she's her father had died, years ago, was murdered. Who was also a detective,
Hmm.
and that has come back to surface because I guess her fiance, who Brent ghost on her 11 years ago, has resurfaced via a dating app, of which he found him on, and it seems there may be potential links to his disappearance, so him himself and her father's death, along with some other cases that they're working on. But yeah, so this was a six-parter, I think, well, five-part,
5 part.
five-part limited series. Chewy this on the watch list.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I've still got one more to go, but the 4 episodes had a nice little, some nice twists in there. Typical thriller procedural, UK based, right? Um, so yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, light week. I don't see why not.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fourth as well. It's fine. I mean, I know it's not a glowing recommendation, so I'm not going to say don't really put it. I mean, this is your kind of bag. You like, this guy's Coben's work, I guess, is similar to all this other stuff. Standard, nothing special about it. It's okay. It's not terrible, but if you have nothing to watch, sure. There's a lot of things to put on and all that. So I don't know if I highly recommend, to be honest with you. The next one, I know I didn't see season one, and I couldn't chance to begin it. So the Rig season two beginning on Prime. Chewy, I believe you've seen the first season. I'm assuming.
Yes, I
Okay.
did. Yeah, I did
Um,
see first season. It started season two.
how's the Rig going on here for season two?
Um, it's gone down.
It's off the watch list. I see.
I mean, I'm still gonna finish it. I enjoyed season one. And not once I got the recap because it's been a couple of years. But yeah, this is the one that they were a North Sea oil rig. They discovered some kind of living entity, I guess, of some kind. I guess is the best way to describe it. Led to a whole bunch of things. Big tsunami kind of ended there, and then season two kind of picks up. But I don't know. Just it just first it doesn't look as good as does season one. I think they cut the FX budget for some reason, and some scenes that look terrible. So
Surprisingly.
that itself detracts right there, right? This is not a max production by any stretch, but
Well, Amazon
the
got money, you know.
story seems to meander. I guess the characters I care about less, so I just if you're jumping in, probably don't. If you want to finish it, go ahead. I don't think it'd go beyond season two, to be honest with you.
Future in memoriam, I see. Uh,
Yes.
quite possibly. Fair enough. So I probably will not get into it. That being said, as I'm behind anyway. Next up on Peacock. You rarely talk about Peacock shows. Lokerbie, A Search for the Truth. This one here, Colin Firth, Academy Award winning Colin Firth, just to lay it out there. This one, of course, telling some of the true events of the Pan Am bombing of obviously a plane flying over Scotland, Lockerbie in particular. Crash landed, anyone died, and people on the ground died because of the debris and I
Well,
guess
it
the plane
didn't
crashed.
crash land. It
Well, it,
crashed.
it
It
crashed.
blew up.
It blew up. A terrorist bombing. So first character, of course, his daughter was on the plane. Now he's in a crusade to find the truth and bring justice to those the terrorists who killed his people, including his daughter. Fascinating story. It spans 20 some years. It's still kind of ongoing. All this happened back in 1988, right? Him pursuing the truth and things being hidden, the governments and the British government. Of course, we have Libya involved back then. Gaddafi, for those who are old enough to remember that, he was no friend to the United States. That's for sure. He could have been behind it. Who knows? But this guy but his the real name, but the character. But he visited him. To try to get him
Oh,
to
Jim or John Swire,
Swires, Jim
Sire.
Swires. There you go. I think it's
Yeah,
Jim Swires.
Jim
Yeah,
Swire.
he
Okay.
actually visited him several occasions to get Gaddafi to help bring, who he believed was involved in the bombing. And then after the trial, which took 9 years, a 9 year trial, Jesus Christ, he
God damn.
ends up thinking that maybe he got the wrong guy. So he continues to search, and now that he's trying to get this guy free because he thought he made a mistake, but find out what actually happened. 5-part series, again, limited series. Actually, this one I finished. I enjoyed it. It was good. Colin Firth's great in it. He carries this show. I didn't know much about this. I was a little too young to really get involved. This. We hear terrorists bomb planes back then all the time. Not all the time, but frequently. But no, it was very good. I liked it. It's an interesting story. Despite the fact it takes 20 some years, they did a good job of kind of really breezing through a lot, not get bogged down on one particular thing. Brings up a lot of questions. Who knows? But it was fascinating, and he's still alive. And there's actually another trial coming up next year. This year, I'm sorry, from a guy who they believe was involved in the bombing.
Oh shit! I completely lost track of all that because I had, I mean, I remember the events somewhat, but I forgot about the trial back in 2000.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, if they were guilty or not, because I just didn't keep up with it. So it's this is a good entry into getting the kind of story I can dramatize, but
Of
at least it
course.
doesn't distort the history
No.
of what was found or not
And
found.
actually use real footage of the news cycles
Yes.
and some of the people and all that. So it's interesting. So it's well done. It's well done, well produced. I enjoyed it. If you're not knowing anything about what really happened for the most part, it's good to learn some of this stuff. And so yeah, definitely on the watch list, Chewy.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, really enjoyed it. Didn't know what to expect, and especially from Peacock. But
Very.
this has definitely been a very, very good show, very informative, but we're well
Yeah.
dramatized of the true events, right? On what happened and the effects, and taking a 30-year story, almost 30 years now, and condensing it into 5 episodes that kind of give you in a
Yeah. Like
in
the broad
a, a
strokes. The
condensed
broad strokes of what
way,
happened. Yeah.
concise way, the key events of what
Yeah. So very
transpired.
well made. So I actually did enjoy this one. Again, Peak doesn't have many shows, but every so often they give us a good one here and there. Next up, we got a movie on Netflix, which it's a movie on Netflix. I get it. However, this is Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance, Most Foul. We had a couple of these already. I'm a fan of these movies. I like the Wallace and Gromit. I love the kind of claymation animation, very old school. This one here, because we have Wallace, the old and all manner inventor, and his lovable dog Gromit. He invented a gnome which could help around the house, and this gnome is being used against him by one of his arch nemesis, if you will. Somebody McFeathers, I forget his name. Delhi, he looks like a penguin. I don't know if he's a penguin or what kind of bird he is, but whatever. He's in prison because of Wallace, so now he's trying to get revenge via the gnome to help him escape and put Wallace behind bars himself. Listen, these movies are enjoyable. They're cute, they're clever, they're funny. I really liked it for what it is. If you and it's the kind of film you have not unfamiliar with Wallace and Gromit, I think the family could pick up and watch it. You don't have to be a fan or watch any of the other previous films or short films or whatever. Very enjoyable. Liked it. Definitely recommend. Now in 20 minutes, very short. Great for the family. Great for the kids. Chewy.
I haven't had a
Oh,
chance to see it yet, but my son saw it. Yeah, because he wanted to get jump on and see it.
mm.
I was busy Friday.
Did he enjoy it?
And but he
Oh,
loved
there you
it.
go.
I mean, he loves all the Wallace and Gromit
Okay.
series. Uh, Too bad it's a UK company, so
Yeah.
he can't apply there. But yeah, he loves the stop motion animation, old school type of man. I don't know. I'm not sure if they've upgraded
I think
that
it's a
now to
combination.
use
Yeah. Yeah.
computers to animate that, or if it's
I
still
think
done the
I
old way
think it's a
of actually
combination of the
using
two, but
clay
it looks
and
like
taking
more computer
pictures.
animated, make to seem like animation.
Okay.
But that is the style. It's a certain style, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I thought
Sure.
that what he moved away from the way of setting up the scene, taking a few pictures, then moving it an inch or less, and then more pictures. So the true stop motion,
Right. Of
a
course.
lot of the Christian specials way of
Yeah. I mean, that's the way
old
they're
school
doing it for the most
animation
part.
anyway.
But the style is there in terms of weight. It still feels like it's stop motion, although it isn't.
Yeah.
But fair enough. Yeah. Very enjoyable. Very fun. Very funny film. So yeah, definitely I recommend for the family, no doubt. The last one we have Netflix season 2 of Bandidos.
Oh no, but hold on, go
We
back.
can go
You
back
forgot
to
another
it.
one. There was the docu comedy Kunk on
Oh,
Life,
you know
dude.
what? I totally forgot about that, and I saw it late. Yeah, yeah, I totally forgot. Well,
Oh
it
my
wasn't your list,
God.
so I missed it. But I did see it. It was not on the
It
list.
was on my list.
I had the receipts to prove it. Just hang on
Well,
there.
whatever.
But yeah, but I'm
I
just
got
saying.
your
But I didn't
receipts with
see it.
my
I didn't get to
titles
see
and
it,
my
so no, that's
receipts. Well, I saw it, and before it was a series. This was a quick 1 hour 10, 1 hour 15. I
It's
guess
basically
mockumentary.
that's what it is.
Yeah, I love the show. See, there's very dry humor, uh, very deadpan humor. She's actually pretty funny. And this one, again, same format, just talking about the meaning of life, bringing in various famous authors, professors, TV personalities into the discussions, and the discussions are just bizarre, to say the least. And some of our questions, I mean, there's a couple bits that where they bring in a Van Gogh painting, and she just rips it to shreds, saying they don't even look like crows. They don't look like crows. They look like a child did this. It was just hilarious, dude.
Yeah,
It's
she's got
very
great
deadpan
delivery,
comedy,
and
but
it's you
it's like,
almost
yeah.
yeah.
One of the best lines was where she's talking to about a famous Austrian author, sorry, like Tolstoy and whatnot. And she reads off a name of five, and she goes to three. Tolstoy, she says turnover, and mentions another one. And the guy's like, "I'm not familiar with turnover. Who's that?" And she goes, I got the receipts right here, as you would say. And she reads the name at the very end, turnover, and she turns the
Oh,
sheet over.
that's
It's
funny.
just like lost.
No, it's actually very good. It's is it how do you pronounce it again? Is that Kunk Sunk? I forget. It's Cunk.
They
Kunk.
say
Okay.
it's Kunk on
All
Life.
right.
I'm not sure if it's pronounced up, but
Okay. So
they say Kunk.
Cunk.
So
Look that up on
Cunk.
Netflix. Very funny. She's great. It's really I guess it's very tongue in cheek kind of a comedy mockumentary. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, by
Yeah.
far. I mean, making fun of really. I mean, whether she's doing it, I'm sure she's doing it first, making fun of religion,
But
philosophy, a
because
bunch
usually
of things, right? Kind of
they
tied it
don't know it, right?
into.
So they think like, who the hell is this person asking me these questions? Some of them,
Either they're not in on it, or they are, and they know what exactly.
perhaps.
That's for some of the questions.
Correct.
How can they not know this is a bit, because they bring in there's even a. I mean, she brings us these ridiculous questions, right? And especially around religion. These guys are
Well,
like
yeah, I
answering
think some aren't
seriously,
because
or they
you
don't
open
know
the
how to
first one,
answer
some are
because
like,
of it.
wait, what? So some didn't. So it may be a combination of the two.
Yeah.
But it's very funny, actually, very cool.
Yeah.
I probably will watch it. It's only like an hour long. Probably watch it later on today or something.
Yeah.
But that said, so I guess now the last one on the list is, of course, season 2 of Bandidos. Of course, Bandits for the Spanishly inclined. This one here is your heist slash archaeological adventure. Kind of an Uncharted kind of deal. Of course, picking up where season one left off for the most part. This group, the group of bandits, and you got your tropes, right? You got your tech guy. Of course, you got the mastermind, you got the hot chick, the tough guy, the
Get the tough
military guy, the
guy,
muscle,
the
with
muscle.
the pickpocketer. Very tropey, but whatever. It's a heist. I don't mind it. I enjoyed the first season. It was cool. It's light. It's fun, entertaining, and I think I've seen four so far in this one. I think it's a seven-parter. Same thing. I'm enjoying it as well. These people who are supposedly had their money to it done kind of get brought in by someone's past, and the money has been all taken away from them. And they have to go out and find another treasure to, of course, get themselves out of trouble. Very fun. This is a fun show. I'm enjoying it. I like it. It's funny. The good heist moments are good. Suspend disbelief, of course. Because this any heist, you got to suspend disbelief. Let's be honest about that. Enjoyable. I love the muscle guy. He's actually kind of funny. He's the most serious guy ends up being the funniest guy on the show. This is particularly a moment when they find out someone who thought they were dead or alive. I thought that was pretty funny. That well done. That was good. So
Oh, yeah, it was
so
hilarious. Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. This is one I definitely recommend. It's in Spanish. You get subtitles and put it in, dub it, whatever your cup of tea is. But I'm liking it. It's a fun show. If you like those kind of adventure, kind of Uncharted, Indiana Jones ish, whatever, Ocean's 11, all mixed up together. I think you should give this one a shot. Chewy.
No, man, I enjoy it. I mean, they tie in
Yeah,
some
true.
actual
True.
history of trade, like the Cortez. Wasn't
Cortez,
Cortez? I can't
Montezuma,
remember.
right.
Who
Yeah,
stole?
yeah.
Well, yeah, he stole the gold from Montezuma, and there's obviously been. It's actually still in there, still trying to find where that is or bits and pieces of it. It was just been a huge haul of gold and whatnot at that time. But even with the first season, there was some historical facts tied into some of the treasures we were finding. So like it has
Yeah.
an Indiana Jones type of feel and storytelling, right? Because that essentially is a big
Oh,
heist at the end
that's
of the day
fair.
as well.
That's
So,
fair. Like I said, I was why I picked this
um,
one because Uncharted
uh,
was just like that. They go after the Ponce de Leon and all the Fountain of Youth and stuff like that, right? Montezuma's so same
yeah,
thing. It's
yeah,
very kind of same
exactly.
tone. It's more like an Uncharted. But yeah, you're right. They do bring in the historic element, which is true. I would assume. I mean, you've heard these stories for forever, right? Not just you hear them in games all the time, right? How many games you see in Montezuma's treasure and yada yada yada, or the curse. And, but that's a fun show. Fun show. Definitely again the second season on Netflix. So that's what we have this
Mhm.
week. Not a big week, but there's some good stuff in there for you guys to check out. Next couple weeks, things get a little bigger here. So we start, of course, with on the 7th. We got Jerry Springer fights camera action. Of course, I don't know if it's a docu-film, docu-series. Chewy, I don't remember. Three
Yeah, I
part.
think it's
Okay.
a three-parter or
For
two-parter,
those who
so
remember, of course, the
docu-series.
shenanigans and hijinks,
Jerry, Jerry,
The ridiculousness
Jerry.
of Jerry, and so I guess this goes behind the scenes of a very controversial show, I guess, back in the day for the most part.
I mean, it was just
It
ridiculously
was,
over the top, and it was meant to. There was
oh
definitely
yeah,
a target audience of people
absolutely,
they
yeah.
brought in, to say the least. And these are not the smartest or the sharpest tools in the
No,
shed by any stretch. I mean, we had
this
guy.
guy's
It was
brother
look.
slept
I can't
with
even get into it.
cousin's wife, kind of deal, and then she's pregnant.
Uh,
Yeah,
who's the
this was
baby
this
dad?
is
I mean,
Maury
just
Povich
ridiculous.
before Maury Povich. Right? Maury Povich kind of tamed this kind of genre, right? This was like people fighting all the time, the big security guard, Uh, yeah,
Oh
people,
God, all
yeah.
that
So it
time, you knew it
it
was
was
coming.
trash, but people liked it, and he was very popular. And I saw a few episodes. I ain't gonna lie. On the 9th, we got on Netflix American. That's I'm sure Prime Evil, I guess. This was
Primeval,
it's a historical show. Takes place in Western 1500s.
Western,
Some kind of land dispute between
15,
is that correct or is it
1500s. What?
1800s? 1800s. I'm
No,
sorry.
dude, 1500s. There
1800s.
is
I'm
no
not kidding.
America
I'm thinking of these.
1500s.
1800s. You have the Spanish,
Good
church going
Lord,
against,
dude.
the military, yada yada yada. It looks good. Actually, I heard good things about this one. On the 9th, we got On Call on Prime. This was a kind of a police procedure show, basically. Yeah.
Yes, correct. 8 episodes on Prime. Was originally ordered by IMDb, and then Prime picked it up once they merge and move things together. But this is a Tom Wolfe production, a Brad Wolfe production. I can't remember, but it looks. I don't know. I'm
I'll give it a
gonna give it a
shot. I think
shot,
it's a
right? I
cop has like
mean,
a train. She's training
uh,
somebody, and
yeah.
they're in Long Beach. If I'm I'm not mistaken. Yeah, BC. So
Yes,
maybe throw
LBC.
Snoop Dogg out there for all I know. Snoop Dogg's and everything. Might as well be in this too. What the hell? So that's let's call it what it is.
Don't
I
be
love
hating
me
on
some Snoop,
Snoop, dude.
but
Don't be hating on
anyway,
Snoop.
good for the guy. So yeah, so that comes out on the 9th. Same day on Max, we got The Pit coming out the same Thursday show. So not exactly the Sunday marquee, but whatever. This was like kind of your the medical drama, right?
Well, this is a Max original. I know
It
the
really
distinction is
is.
ridiculous between HBO original and Max.
It's the
It's I don't know
same
why there's
thing,
a
but whatever.
distinction or difference,
Call it what they
but
want to
like
call it.
whatever. Um, yeah, but this is a Noah Wiley's back in an
Yeah.
ER type setting, right? So it's ER drama. Obviously they call it the with triage, whatever the
Yeah,
ER
true.
play.
Yeah,
They
and I
call it,
think
that's what they
yeah,
refer to as
and
the
I guess
pit.
yeah, the standards. Like
Yeah.
I guess it's something like
So
ER. I don't know. I mean, I saw a quick trailer of it, but
I don't know. I
sure.
mean, ER is always very popular, culturally
Grey's
relevant on
Anatomy or something.
forever. I mean, you had
Yeah, these shows historically have
yeah,
been very popular. I mean, that was a big deal back in the day, but yeah,
yeah. These type of shows they string the
yeah,
right chords with people, and so him with the return, obviously ER alone return to TV or serialized TV.
yeah. Because it's on Max,
Let's see.
like they don't normally do crap for the most, every so often, but not many times. Not always. HBO, well,
Max,
it's what they're calling
HBO,
it, so I'm calling it
whatever.
Max, and they don't like it. That's their problem. They don't want. They're creating this mess. On Netflix, on the 10th, we got a film, French film, Ad Vitam, Ad Vitam, whatever. I guess
Sacre Blood.
special forces agent guy, and he's forced to do something as because his family's being held hostage. And of course, he needs to go to the rescue. Very basic, I guess, and whatever. Maybe it's entertaining, and some French stuff does work, so why not? Lupin, for example. Um, on the 10th
Lupin,
on
yeah,
Disney Plus, we
Lupin,
got another season of
exactly.
Goosebumps. I know you're a fan of that show. So that's coming back.
I am.
The week after that, we got on the 12th, we got MGM releasing their fifth show in the last 20 years. And that's Rogue Heroes. Actually, it's the second season of Rogue Heroes. So now, hopefully they can reach that 10 subscriber mark. I'm rooting for them. I like MGM's got good stuff. I'm just joking. But Rogue Hero season 2, don't know much about this. I assume you've seen season 1 too. Yeah.
It's a World War II based in North Africa. So UK forces versus in that
Okay.
campaign,
On the 15th, we
essentially.
got Public Disorder. It's a series, I think it's a Spanish show. What's a foreign show? Oh, I think it's
Yes, I
Italian. I
believe
think
it's
it's Italian.
Spanish.
But
So
yeah,
yes.
this I think so. Yeah, because
Is
it
it?
takes place in Italy, if I'm not mistaken. Doesn't mean it's an Italian show. Like, it could be Spanish. But
Oh,
taking
okay.
place in Italy,
Okay.
but that's it. It's a foreign show. I guess they're like a crime unit, and I guess the right unit, whatever cases, and something's breaking out somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, SWAT
Kind of
team,
like a
that kind of
SWAT
deal. So
unit.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that comes
Yeah.
out on the 15th. We'll see. On the 16th, with Castlevania, Nocturne. Of course, this is a spin-off from the original
Nocturna.
Castlevania, which I was a fan of. I actually didn't see season 1 of this. This is season 2. I was a big fan of
Yeah.
Castlevania, the original series on Netflix, the anime. And then we got, of course, the main course for the next 2 weeks, I think, personally. Maybe 2 weeks after that, and that's Severance. Of course, on Apple Plus, bringing back its second season finally after 2 years, I think. At
I
least 2 years.
believe
So
at
it's been a
least two
while, so
years.
I'm
Yes.
going to need a big recap on this one. Of course, this was a brilliant show. I loved must-watch show on Apple Plus. Great premise on this one with the people who there's a procedure done when you go into work, you completely do not remember anything about your personal life, and when you leave work, you remember nothing about your work life. So you have no idea what's going on in each other's lives while you're in this state. There's a big mystery there of what's really going on, what's behind it, what's happening, which they don't know because they can't remember anything, which one or the other. So very cool show, great ending, if memory serves, on this one for season 1. So highly anticipated. So the
Big
big
twist.
twist,
There was a
yeah.
big twist.
Big twist, yeah.
Huge
So
twist.
yeah, I can't wait for the show. If you guys have not the Apple Plus, you haven't gotten into the show, you got a couple weeks before it comes out. Watch it. The prior is it 8 episodes, I think, or 10. Yeah, this is
Yes, I
it
believe
was
so.
9. Okay,
Nine.
so this
No,
is
I think it was nine
absolutely must
episodes.
watch. And if you have
Yeah.
Apple Plus, there's no excuse not. This is a show needs to be at top of the list. Right now, if you've already seen Ted Lasso, of course, make no mistake. I'm just saying. But a fantastic show. Can't wait to talk about that in a couple weeks. So there you go. So it's in a lot of shows coming out in the next couple weeks. We'll be here every Sunday to talk about this, letting you know, break these down, letting you know what you should not be watching. Get recommendations. If you think we're off, if you agree with our stuff, comment, let us know. Of course, subscribe. hit the notification bell, of course, and we'll see you guys next week.